What is going on, YouTube? It is the Movie Buff Guy 3000 here, aka The Buff, and guess who's gonna watch Scream 5, aka Scream, aka 5cream. Let's do this. I am here. Hopefully Ghostface does not kill me. Okay, it is time to review Scream 5. That's what I'm gonna call it, because that's what it is. I liked this movie, though it's kind of bad. It's pretty bad. It's not as bad as the fourth one, but it's pretty bad still. Um, I was asked after I watched this movie, what'd you think of the twist? And I thought the twist was lackluster, and that whole lackluster effect showed me the pacing issue of this movie. There's a major pacing issue of this movie. Though it keeps me intrigued on what's going to happen with the characters, I'm never really on the edge of my seat apart from when I see the legacy characters. And that's the thing of like introducing a new cast while also bringing the legacy characters, while also not being very clear if it's going to be a reboot or not. And that's another thing is, well, okay, we brought the legacy characters back on purpose. The killers did. However, they didn't at the same time. There's little like subtle flaws to this movie, right? Sidney Prescott never needed to come back to the killer, right? However, she did, and it seemed like that played one of the major roles. And then me personally, I didn't like the twist. I thought it was very similar as the fourth one, which I found very lackluster and I didn't enjoy. And I think if the twist is done well, then that could make the whole movie. Just like the cold opening should set up your feelings about the rest of the movie. Fourth one was very clear when I started watching it. 2 minutes in, and it's just watching parody after parody after parody of the Scream franchise. I realized that it wasn't going to be a very good movie, and it was a red flag. This one had a good cold opening, but then immediately went, okay, we're going to slow down here and we're going to show you a bunch of new things, new people, and then we're going to see some familiar faces. Some familiar faces are going to become more involved, and then, it's just going to go down all together. It's all going to go down. And I was really hoping this movie was going to be movie of the year for me. It wasn't, and the reasons why is, number one, pacing issue. Number two, not being clear if it's a reboot or not, even though it is, but it doesn't feel like it. And three, it rewrit Scream again. It's like in the first one, Billy Loomis was introduced as Sydney's boyfriend, one and only, right? And he wasn't a sleazebag apart from he was a murderer. And so it was weird to see him get more character plot after 25 years. You know what I mean? I wasn't alive when this movie came out. I finally watched it within like the last 3 months. But if you watched the first one and then watched this one and they rewrit Billy Loomis's like family heritage, which is Melissa Barra, I'm probably saying that wrong, which is Sam Carpenter. She's the daughter of Billy Loomis, and that's who Ghostface is coming after. Now, her sister is Jenna Ortega, which is Sam. No, Tara. And she was the first one to get attacked by Ghostface, so Sam could come back into town, and then Ghostface could get his main target. And I never really liked the fact that the killers were killers because of Stab's toxic fandom. And I couldn't tell if that was because I just got into Scream recently. I couldn't tell if they were saying, oh, there's a lot of toxic fandom of Scream, or if there was just like in their own movie world toxic fandom. I mean, you want to talk about toxic fandom? Becoming a killer because of toxic fandom, that's pretty toxic. I don't understand where the logic is, right? And I find this movie pretty... There's one thing I would have done completely different, which would have made the twist so much better. Stu. Why are all the movies just saying, oh yeah, Stu was also a killer with Billy? that just happened to die too. In the first one, it was like he was kind of thrown around, real ladies' man, right? So why does I mean, if you're gonna go the direction of Billy Loomis having a kid and then Ghostface coming after her, um, that's fine. But make Ghostface Stu's kid, so it's a revenge thing, because technically Stu only got involved because Billy told him about what he was doing, and Stu was like, I'm in. So imagine, like, 25 years down the line, when these kids are all grown up, when Stu's kid goes after Billy Loomis's kid, you get to see, like, family heritage, right, after each other, with the legacy characters like Sidney Prescott just being thrown in there. But instead, they just rewrit and said, oh, we're toxic fandom, and we're created because of that, and we need to show why these movies matter. I didn't like it. However, there was only one good thing that sold me this movie, and that was Billy Loomis. He's reappearing in this movie in like a couple of scenes, and he's talking to his daughter, which is Sam, which is the main character. She's a schizophrenic after she knows the truth about her family heritage, and she sees her father Billy talking to her about being like becoming a serial killer and knowing that it's in her blood and it's going to happen one day and it's just only a matter of time. And so that was cool. And I loved all these like really not chaotic but like okay, taking a breath moments, and then all of a sudden just bam, Billy's right there. I loved that. Billy's wearing his white shirt from when he died in the first one. I don't know if they got an actor and put Billy's face on it, or I don't know the technology behind that, but very well done, very good. And those scenes alone, and also the possible new direction they're taking, definitely better than the fourth one, and deserves a watch on its own. Whether you say this movie is bad, that's entirely up to you. But me and other people, it's pretty good. If you're expecting to be blown away like I was, you're not gonna be blown away. It's nothing new. It's kind of the same stuff. Meta, not as meta as the fourth one, but definitely meta as in a sense of okay, maybe you should take a step back, acknowledge your own stake in the horror movie franchises, right? And make your own stuff apart from just having to like, oh yeah, these are the rules, because horror movies have changed and they've just gotten weirder and for no reason. Like the fourth Scream being scary for no reason was a major issue. This was like the same thing but reverse. Like the whole scene of that guy opening like 5 different doors within 2 to 3 minutes and just like creepy music earring in and then just dying. Like, oh, is Ghostface behind there? No, Ghostface isn't behind there, but you get what I'm saying. So this movie does deserve a watch. It's definitely up to the viewer's eyes of like whether you're going to like it or dislike it. I personally think everyone's going to like this. However, if you don't like it, think about it. I'll say that, and I want you to think about Billy's part and the possible future, right? And, yeah. Thanks for watching this review, guys. It's kind of messy, but I appreciate you hanging around, and let me know what's going on in the comments below. Thank you.
Please, Mr. Ghostface, please don't hurt me.